Good morning, class 8. How are you guys doing? I guess you all are doing great, fine, and fit and fine, and doing your work properly. So, taking care of yourselves, eating, sleeping, playing, studying, everything all together in the right proportion. For everything, being with your parents, loving them, respecting them. And just wanted to share a few things with you. Was it's not all about teachers during the teachers day, it's all about also the non-academic teachers also, which include the teachers day. Non-academic teachers are also teachers, those who are not in school but they teach you. It's not about tuition masters or anything to do with studies, but there are other things which you learn from other people. They are also teachers. So learning from a guru is called learning, and the guru which is giving to you is teaching, or whichever is happening. So during this Teachers' Day, in this lockdown, please don't forget about the non-academic teachers as well. You must have learned a lot of things from a lot of people. Even how to wash a plate. If you don't know the right way to wash a plate, the plate stays dirty. So who you learned that from, that also matters. Okay, if in your what do you say? If you want to get help from somebody, is also learning something. You must have learned something from someone during. Even you must have learned to make tea. If you don't know to make the right way to make tea, if tea was so easy, we could have just put everything into the pan and put it outside on the fire, and tea would have been made. But things have to be in the right proportion, in the right way. So that's how we learn. You must have learned something from your mother. You must have learned something from your father. Parents are also teachers. So on Teachers' Day, if you respect your parents more than me, you will get more blessings from God. Because I am not a teacher, I am a sharer. So you have to find out when is Sharer's Day to wish me. So before wishing teachers, you must wish the teachers in front of you. The non-academic teachers also play a lot of role. It's not about a mother who gives birth. It's the mother is the person who nurtures you. It's not nature, it is nurture. Generally, a mother gives birth to a child, takes care of the child. So she is the actual mother. So the actual mother is the person who does not give birth, who takes care of the child. So both are there. So there are situations when the child doesn't have a mother, but the person who brings that child up is the mother, the nurturer who takes care of it. So remember that during this lockdown, this is a very special thing. There are so many people fighting for being safety. So many people are looking around. So many people are helping. So many people are teaching us. They are all teachers. So wish them also. On a social media, you can wish them. You can wish them on Instagram. You can wish them on Facebook. There's so many things to wish them. The radios from day to night, they're wishing them. So non-academic things have to also be respected. There's a girl in Kashmir, Srinagar. She has donated 10,000 packets, for the toilets. She's got various things, hand washes and all, sanitary pads and whatnot, and everything is there in it. Soap, disinfectants, and for ladies, and also she puts it in the bathrooms everywhere. Okay. All sanitary materials are there for the bathroom safety and all that, for hand safety, for cleanliness, for getting on this. 10,000 packets she has delivered. And she's getting a huge response. People are loving and thanking her so much. Brothers are calling, husbands are calling, fathers are calling, please come and deliver. You come halfway, we'll go halfway, deliver these things. So they are also teaching so many things. They are going out of their way. So many people are hungry in this world right now. So many people don't have a place to stay, a roof above their head. So many houses have gone. Assam is gone into floods. Animals are dying in the jungle of Kaziranga. Imagine what is happening to this world. So we have to take precautions and think about those things also. Thinking by heart will do a lot of things. Wishing me will not do. By doing something will be the greatest thing you are doing for me. So wish your parents first. They are the best teachers in your life. No one can be a best teacher than them in your whole life. So they are great teachers to you. Your mother taught you to eat, so she is also a teacher. Your father taught you to walk. He is also a teacher. So don't forget that. Touch their feet, take blessings every day, every morning. Get up from your sleep, open your eyes and see your mother's face. Close your eyes and walk to her. See your mother's face. Touch your dad's feet. That's the Indian culture. I am an Indian. I may be a Christian, but I know the culture. I follow the culture. To take someone's blessing is not a harm. All parents are my parents. I lost my parents long ago. But that doesn't make me that I'm parentless. All parents I respect as my parents. Okay, so this thing has to be there inside. It's a request. You please try to thank these people who have taught you other than non-academic issues. Or from this, because you won't get us this time in school. There will be no party, there will be no cake cutting and no. So whatever you want to do something different. It's a new beginning, right? Everything has a new change. Anyways, so I just wanted to share that with you. We'll come back to Sarojini Naidu's That Fisherman, where we were still doing. I guess if you have not forgotten. So we were at that part that the Coromandel fishers. What is the life of the Coromandel fishers? The sea is the ultimate source of life for the fishermen. Water is the source of life. And through the poem, she is trying to show her freedom fight for India. They have to fight a lot to go ahead and get this, fish. Rise, brothers, rise, the wakening skies pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free. Catamaran is a boat type of thing which has propellers, which goes faster. You don't have to row. You have that fan on the machine that is there, and that is called a catamaran. To capture the leaping weep wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. Now, contradiction to this, if I say, rise, brothers, rise, the awakening skies pray to the morning light, means the awakening skies are also opening, the sun is rising, get up, it's morning. So it's right about dawn right now. The sun is also just going to come up. Don't sleep. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. The wind is asleep in the arms, so it's quiet, there's no wind, so it's the best time to sail. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamans free. Let's go into the water. That's our life. We have to go. To capture the leaping wealth. What is the leaping wealth of the tide? Fish. For we are the kings of the sea. Another part, if I say, get up, it's time. We have to fight for our freedom. This is the right time. No longer delay. Let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are our comrades all. What though we toss at the fall of sun where the hand of the sea god drives? He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove, and sweet are the sands at the full, O moon, with the sound of the voices we love. But sweeter, O brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild foam's glee. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge where the low sky meets with the sea. Kiss the spray of the dance of the wild foam's glee. When a wave comes up, the froth, the foam, the salt foam hits you like a spray. Row, brothers, row to the edge of verge where the low sky meets the sea. They are going deep inside, horizon. The poet asks the fisherman to rise as the day is about to appear. She uses symbols to tell this. First she says that the awakening skies pray to the morning light. Means that the sky which was sleeping in the night has woken up and is welcoming the light. Here the poet uses a personification, by using awakening, a human activity for the sky, a non-living thing. So she is trying to implement, she's getting there. We come to know what she's wanting to say. Next she says, the wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night, meaning that the sea wind that leads to the storm is now calm. As the tides rise in the night because of moon's gravitational pull. Because of the morning which is about to come, it is calmed down, and the whole night it's been crying. Up and down, up and down. And if you go to a seaside, you will see at night. As the moon, it will become night, the sea will go rough. Thus the wind is just like the child which kept crying throughout the night and now is quiet. The poet uses similes to compare now calm with a wind and a child. These two symbolic examples, she declares that the morning is near. In the third line, what does she say? She asked the fishermen to gather their nets from the shore and set catamans to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. They should collect their nets from the seashores and take their boats, because the tide is full of wealth, fish, seagulls, etc., everything, and they are the kings. They just need to go into the sea and capture the wealth that is theirs. Hence they should hurry. Come back in the next video.